Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and it's about 55 degrees here, which is for Florida standards, it's kind of chilly. But I'm out here. What I've been doing is wrapping the airplane, or attempting to wrap the airplane. I changed my mind on the aluminum polish. It just kept getting so many marks and little areas of corrosion here and there, and sweat marks and smudges, and I was like, there's no way I can polish this thing. So I ended up going with the vinyl wrap, and I'm doing it myself. So today what I'm working on is this little section of the fuselage. I have the bottom and the top done. I know I haven't posted any videos in a while, and there's some other things I'd like to talk about too, but I got the tail done, top of the fuselage, but again, bottom of the fuselage. This little tail, day before Thanksgiving, I came out and did the little aft section of the tail back there. And just because ideally it'd be better just to have the one whole sheet of vinyl so you don't have as many seams, but I'm not that skilled, I guess, and I'd rather, there's a lot of dynamics involved in this with my inspection plate, my data plate for and the rudder cables where they exit. So there's a lot of different things I had to do there. So I made a lot of rivets too. The rivets are definitely a factor in putting this vinyl down. But anyway, so I'm cleaning this whole side off and kind of just going to show you what I'm doing a little bit. I'm just using some degreaser and then a little maroon Scotch-Brite just to scuff this little surface up. And you know, I'm not even doing the whole front here. The only thing I'm doing, I'm cleaning up from that area there to probably this rivet line right here. And this is going to be one piece. And this is going to be my longest piece I've ever done as one single piece. And then I'll do the same thing the other side. I still have, I'll have this, again, this is going to be a problem, not going to be a problem, but it's going to be an area of concern. So I got to cut around the windows. I got this part to deal with. And again, stuff I'm not that skilled at. So I'm trying to piece it together with making it look, you know, halfway decent. It's not perfect by no stretch of the imagination, and that's fine. Again, this stuff comes right off, so a couple years, if I don't like it, or a couple years, I'll just peel it off and do a new design later. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to clean this off with this degreaser, come back with isopropyl alcohol, wipe that down several times so it's spotless, and then we'll put some vinyl on it. We'll see in just a little bit. All right, so we got this side clean now. It's ready for some knifeless tape, and I'll explain what that is here in a second. And let me show you what I'm using for vinyl. It's, I believe 3M has a product that's like the gold standard, and I'm sorry for the light. It's kind of rainy outside and dark. But this is what I'm using. It's Vivid, V-V-I-V-I-D. And this roll here is, it's a 5 foot this direction by 100 foot. And this roll was on Amazon, I believe, for $450. So it's not exactly cheap stuff, but anyway, that's what I'm using. Again, gold standard I think is 3M. This is, people make fun of this a little bit. It's a cheap version, but it's actually thicker than what I was using. I was using this stuff called cheetah wrap, and that was actually super thin. And they ran out of green, so before I got fully committed, I went ahead and changed brands, and I like this stuff a lot better. It stretches nice, and all this wrap you can use for cars and stuff. It's typically what it's used for, boats even. It has like little pores inside of it, so it's not like your typical thing where you get the surface all soapy and then stick it on there. It's not like that. It has little pores, you can get most of the bubbles and stuff out, and then you put some, I get a heat gun, and then you can stretch it, shrink it, that type of thing, and the adhesive comes alive. There's some adhesive on it already that's pretty sticky, but it really adheres once you heat it up with a heat gun, once you get it all in place. But I'll show you how I'm going to do this. The other thing I want to show is, again, sorry for the lighting, but something else I use on these edges here, where I come in like here and I terminate. I just use a razor blade and cut right down here. I don't wrap it around. You get like cars and stuff, and typically you would actually wrap this around a little bit, but I just terminated it right there. And to get that to really stick down well, again, probably not perfect, but once I get to this stage, what I end up doing is using this 3M tape primer on those edges that I can't really do much with, like wrap anything around. So on those, I'll go all around that with the 3M primer. On this surface, it don't look like I'm gonna have to do that. The only thing I should have done differently after looking back is tip, I'm not sure if you guys ever wrapped a fabric covered airplane, but anyway, it doesn't matter, I guess. I should have wrapped the bottom first, which is I did, but I shouldn't have wrapped the top first. I should have left the top after I did this one already. So then this top part could actually wrap around this side piece. So now the way I'm going to have it is, you can see it over here. Hate to show close up of my work because I know it's awful. See, I just wrapped up around here and I terminated it right there. That's what I'm going to end up doing down this whole entire side. And again, ideally this piece should wrap around this piece. That would have been better. But nevertheless, here we are. And that's what we're going to do right now. And here's the knifeless tape I was talking about. You can make different designs or straight lines and that type of thing with this. And I'll show you what I end up going to do with this. I'm going to end up putting a piece straight down here because I am going to overlap this by like maybe an 1/8 or a 1/16 of an inch. So this piece will overlap this piece just by a little bit. And will you see it when it's done? Yes, you will. But that's just the way it is. Will you see it from 5,000 feet? Probably not. Or even 50 feet, maybe not. But you will see that if you get up next to it. You'll see the seam right there. And again, I'll do the same thing. I'll put another piece of that knifeless tape coming straight down here. And what that stuff is, I'll show you a close-up of it, what it does here in a second. But it has a little piece of string in the middle of it. And that string will actually, the vinyl will actually go over this tape. And then a little piece of string hanging out. And you just use that string and just make a straight line, and it cuts the vinyl for you. And different, again, if you want to make a pattern or a straight line like I'm doing, you can do it that way. So I'm going to put the knifeless tape down this side, along the bottom, and along that top edge there, just so I have a nice straight line on all those pieces. So we're going to do that next. Something else to consider is you don't want this tape right on the middle of the rivet. You want to really space it out enough so it has a chance to overlap a rivet by quite a bit. If not, it will definitely lift up from there. And here I'm kind of stuck in a unique situation with that, but we'll try to do that, make it work. This rivet right here, I might end up putting some 3M on the other side of that just so it sticks down really well. Again, I'm going to have this piece overlapping it anyway when I get there, but that's something else to think about. And try to make a straight line here, relatively, right there. Also, something else you need to think about is what order you put all this down in, because, let me put that back in here, if this one's right here, and then you have another one going across the top of it, it'll actually go across this part too. So if you try to take this part off, it'll snap that line because this part will be going this way, will be holding it down. So whatever order you put this down in, you have to take it off in the reverse order, or you'll run into some conflict. And it may be easy enough to see right now, but once you get your vinyl up here and you have a bunch of excess, you can't see which one you put on first, second, or third. So if I have a lot of these going on, I'll just I'll put tape, a little painter's tape with 1, 2, 3, 4, just to mark what order I put it in. Again, the sides you can take off in any order, but the tops and this, you have to know which one you put on first so you don't mess up your string. Once you mess the string up, there's no putting it back on either. So you have to get your string right. Now there's a piece up here. So what ended up happening on the time lapse is I end up trying to get a wrinkle out by pulling back like this, and actually ripped my entire fabric or vinyl, and we actually had to get another piece. And then we got another piece, we cut a huge piece out, then we realized it was too short. So then we went back with a third piece, and
This one seems to be working great. We're just we wrapped the top edges. Now we're just wrapping the bottom edges. And what I do is just put just a tab of heat on here, just kind of soften it up a little bit, and then just really stretch it and wrap it to my knifeless tape that's on the bottom side of that. And after that, we'll go back and do some post heating, and then I'll show you how the knifeless tape works. Okay, so the knifeless tape. I'm going to start from up here. I don't know if you can see this or not. Here, you probably won't see it for now, but here. Knifeless tape. I have a piece of pink string here, and I'm going to hold this edge down and just come down, and as you can see.
Oh, I can see. Oh my gosh.
Just go down with the string here, and it's just cutting that vinyl.
I don't even see it. It's too fine.
So, and then this piece will come right off into a nice straight line. I say that, but then it doesn't. That, and then after that, okay, so then I peel these two pieces of excess off, and that's just the leftover tape. And then that's it. And then you just kind of come back around, and where the last two pieces came off, it kind of lifts up that very edge there. So you just have to go back down like that and make sure it's down and secure. And I go ahead and hit it with another heat gun, and just to really activate that adhesive right there on the edges. And yeah, that's how you do it. At least that's how I do it. All right, so there you have it. One completed section here. I turned the bright lights off so you can see a reflection, but anyway, that's it for now. And I guess I got to make my end numbers again, for at least this side. The other side's still on there, so still got to wrap the other side. This side took a lot longer than I expected because I wasted two. This is my third sheet on this one side, and I can use the scrap pieces probably for the front of this. All these little squares or triangles are coming off, but we're just going to go all green. All right, talk to you guys later. See you next time. Bye.